Thank you very, very much. Thanks for allowing us to speak on behalf of these bills, and I'm delighted to join my colleague, Senator Reid from Rhode Island, where we share a common interest here with respect to one of the important interests, and I enjoyed working, actually, particularly with Senator Chafee when he was here on this, and I'll speak about it in a minute. But I believe the bills that I'm addressing here today, I think, make sense. We certainly are prepared to work with Park Service on any of the issues. Obviously, we want to work these to get them primed for markup and hopefully can move forward. But there's no question in my mind that these bills will help Massachusetts grow its economy, but also preserve two of the many remarkable historical treasures that we're blessed to have in our state. And I hope the committee will look favorably on these and be able to help us move to markup as soon as possible. I think you will see the basic common sense of them pretty quickly. The Lowell National Historical Park Land Exchange Act 2011 is really simple. It's very straightforward, and it makes economic sense. It would allow the Secretary of Interior to exchange land in Lowell in the National Historical Park, which we have there, for land currently owned by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the City of Lowell, and the University of Massachusetts Building Authority. So this bill would simply allow that land swap to take place with a net plus in revenue to the federal government, I believe. This bill is supported by the National Park Service, by the City of Lowell, and by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So there's no battle over it at all. Everybody's on the page. The federal land includes a maintenance facility and parking lots that are no longer of use to the National Park Service. So the bill will open up important development opportunities in Lowell, and as I said, the federal government can hopefully make money from the transaction. So I think it's good government all around. On the second issue, the issue that Senator Reid and I share in interest, is the John H. Chafee Blackstone River Valley National Historical Park Establishment Act. Now, I was very pleased to work on this with Senator Reid, and I think we both have a common excitement about this. I mean, I want to invite you, Mr. Chairman, to come up maybe in the later spring and early summer here, get you out on the Blackstone River and have a chance in a canoe, or get out there and you'll see the wildlife, which may even impress a Coloradan, a Westerner, I don't know, hope so. We designated this, I was here when we first worked on this. I worked on it with Senator Kennedy and Senator Chafee, and it was designated as a National Historic Corridor. Senator Reid and I believe it's time now to take the next step and to turn this National Heritage Corridor into a National Historic Park. Under our legislation, some of the valley, the Blackstone River Valley, which is this industrial valley, goes back to the early development of Massachusetts and Rhode Island, a slew of beautiful old mill buildings and waterworks and canals, other things along the way. It will take some of the most historic components of that, the old Slater Mill, the Blackstone River itself, its tributaries, the Blackstone Canal, will all become part of the park, and the evidence of the success of this really is in Lowell, where under Senator Tsongas's early leadership, we developed one of the first urban national parks in America. Excuse me, a remarkable site, but this will have the benefit of enormous future land preservation and leverage critical tourism dollars for both of our states. Senator Chafee, who is a great champion of open space and of preservation, a Marine veteran, Navy Secretary of the Navy, throughout his long political career, was one of the most passionate, environmentally committed senators. He had a great love of history, a love of New England, love of this region, and I know he would be excited about this concept of turning this river valley into this national park. It's unique to the American experience in its development, and I think protecting it as a national historical park would be hugely in the public interest and a wonderful way to honor his memory. Finally, just a quick word about the Essex National Heritage Area Reauthorization Act. Senator Kennedy and I also worked together on this through the 1990s, together with the citizens of the region. This is the area north of Boston, encompassing communities like Salem and Gloucester, Rockport, many others, inland. It has a tremendous impact on conservation in the area, but we recognize the national significance of this historic area, 500-square-mile region. And we established the National Historic Heritage Area, which has allowed it to develop a remarkable interconnectedness in terms of tourism and the preservation of these historical sites. Mr. Chairman, there are now 9,968 historic structures listed on the National Register of Historic Places in this area. There are 400 historic farms. There are 86 significant museums. There are 26 important National Historic Landmarks. 9 scenic state parks fit within that area. 2 national park units are there now, and 1 National Wildlife Refuge. It is a remarkable arena. And Annie Harris, who is the Executive Director of the Essex National Heritage Commission, is going to be here to testify today. She'll speak in more detail to the successes of the area. But she'll also highlight one of the best parts of the program there. It's something called the Youth Job Corps. And the Corps accepts between 10 and 25 young people each summer who work at the Salem Maritime and Saugus Iron Works National Historical Sites under the supervision of National Park Service employees. So these kids not only get a great work experience, but they develop an important sense of history, pride, and loyalty to the hometown, and that is a wonderful thing to create, I think, in our citizens. So thanks for giving me a chance to talk about these 3 areas. We really want to work with this committee, get these out of here. They shouldn't be controversial, and they would have a profound impact on the long-term historic and economic development of our state.